Hello YouTube, my name is Carly Bell. I used to make videos on this channel and it's been a long time since I did, but I used to have a lot to talk about and I kind of didn't for a while and now I kind of do, so we're back. And I'm gonna shoot my shot at doing this again. It feels really weird, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Today I wanted to discuss tattooing over self-harm scars because I have self-harm scars that I've tattooed over. I haven't seen a ton of helpful videos on the internet about it when I was doing my research, so I thought I would make one and hopefully help some people out. I think that my scarring is a lot more severe, I guess, than most of what I've seen tattooed over, so I kind of wanted to put my 2 cents into the whole thing. I have 2 large tattoos over self-harm scarring, both of which were really painful in their own way. A little bit of background about my scarring personally: one's on my leg, one's on my arm. Both of them are keloided scars, so a little bit raised, a little bit, both of the areas of scarring are keloided, raised and puffy. They were red for a few years. Only in the past like 1.5 to 2 years did they stop being red. My scarring is almost 4 years old. When I tattooed over it, it was about 3.5 years old. The first artist I went to for my arm was my roommate at the time. This was back in April. So we were comfortable with each other. She had tattooed me before. We knew each other, so it was a really nice experience for me, the first scar cover-up, because I had no idea what to expect, and it was nice that it was with someone that I knew and someone who could give me helpful advice. She did say that the scars should be at least 3 years old, and you know, she saw them, she knew what they looked like, and she thought that they were ready to be tattooed over, and she did it. The scars on my arm are less serious, I guess, than the scars on my leg. The scars on my leg are a larger area of scarring, and the whole tattoo is only over scarred skin, basically. I'm gonna try to find a before photo of the scarring, and if you don't like that, then just don't watch the video if that's something that bothers you. But I might not even be able to find one, so we'll see. This is the arm. It's a bird. It's gonna be, I don't think you're gonna be able to see on camera, but the leaves here, by the bird's like back, I guess, scars were coming out of here, so she kind of concealed them like that. She did a really great job of masking the scars, but the skin here is raised. And that was pretty painful, that specific area. I do have scars closer to the wrist, but they're a lot thinner and smaller, so it wasn't too bad over there. For me, I have other big tattoos like over non-scarred skin, and shit obviously gets, by shit I mean your skin, obviously gets tender after hours of going over the same areas, but the scarred skin is a lot different. I feel like it feels thinner, like the needle going over it, like it almost felt like, oh my god, is my skin gonna rip right now? Like, I didn't, but like it felt like that. It was weird. It was a weird experience. It was definitely way more painful than it would have been if there had been no scars over that skin. The arm tattoo experience wasn't too painful. It was painful, but it wasn't like the worst pain. By the last like 45 minutes of it, it took 4.5 hours, I think, and by the last like 45 minutes, I was like ready to tap out. I was just like squirming, you know? But it was a more comfortable position. I was just like laying and I had my arm out, so it was okay. The leg, on the other hand, let's fucking get into that shit. That was so bad. I have a very high pain tolerance, in my opinion, and that was so bad. everyone was like, oh, thigh tattoos hurt, like, and I had a couple people be like, thigh tattoos don't hurt, and I was like, well, okay, tattoos hurt in general, but it was so bad. It was I want to say it was almost 6 hours long. Yeah, almost 6 hours, and I did it all in one shot, which I think that if you're newer to getting tattoos, like if your first big tattoo that's going to be like more than like 3 hours long is a scar cover up, I think that you should definitely split it into 2 sessions if it's okay with the artist, like, because I should have split this into 2 sessions, and like I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like so experienced, because like I don't have a ton of tattoos, but like I have sat in the chair for over 4 hours before and been tattooed, and I can handle it, and I don't really have a problem with it. But the leg was so bad. I find all tattoos to be painful, some less than others, obviously, but the leg was bad. The scarring there they're all thick, they're all semi-raised, or just like the skin is like thicker, almost like thinner, but like you could feel the scar tissue, and when I run my hand over my leg, I can feel it. And when I wear like tight workout leggings, you can see them almost, like how they're raised and the unevenness of the skin. So yeah, it was bad. I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was, but it was bad. But again, the pain went away after the tattoo was done, and I don't think about it anymore. So I definitely would recommend doing it, regardless of pain. Pain goes away. Pain is temporary. I feel like I'm freaking people out here by saying how bad it was, but I'm just, it was painful. This is the leg. Sorry for the weird fucking angle. This is the leg. She brought up some flowers over here because there was scars there. And it's more of a traditional style. All my other tattoos are more like realistic, I guess. So my roommate actually put me on to this girl who tattooed me. She was like, oh, follow her Instagram. Like, I've never been tattooed by her, but she's a decent artist. So I followed her Instagram for about 4 months before I decided that I wanted her to tattoo me, which I definitely recommend. I'm like out of breath. I definitely recommend looking on Instagram for artists and following them and watching their videos and fresh and healed tattoos and things for a while before you actually go and book something with them. I definitely think that the lines could be cleaner. I've definitely seen cleaner lines, but I think for the canvas that she had to work on, she did an amazing job. There are definitely some areas of the tattoo where I'm gonna see if I can like show you. Like right here, if you could see that, the leaf the leaf is like uneven, I guess, because how like uneven the skin is. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind it at all. If that's something that's gonna really, really bother you, then maybe get into a more deeper discussion with a tattoo artist and keep looking if you don't like what they have to say. Yeah, we consulted via email also, which like I wouldn't really recommend doing that. She seemed confident, so I just kind of went with it, and it worked out for me, but I definitely recommend like going and seeing someone and letting them see or like touch the scarring and like make sure that they know what they're getting themselves into. For me, she was like, oh, we could just consult via email, or you could come in, whatever you want. I was like, okay, like let's just do it via email, fuck it, whatever. So I sent her a picture of the scars, and I went in for the appointment. She drew something up. She already had it when I got there, and I loved it. Changed the size a little bit. That was it, I think. And I went and I got the tattoo. we did take a couple like 5-minute breaks. I think we took like 2, maybe like 10-minute breaks in between the 6 hours, and that was nice. She needed a break, I needed a break, whatever. So yeah, the pain was bad. After like a long time getting tattooed, I'm always tired. I always feel a little bit gross. But this time, like, I went to my friend's house afterwards, and like she was like, dude, you smell bad. Like, and not even like sweat. Like, I don't even know what it was. Yeah, like, because my body, it was summertime, so I was like wearing a tank top and shorts, and my body was tensing up and like untensing and like tensing and untensing and tensing and untensing, and I was just laying there like cold sweating almost for 6 hours, and I felt so shot afterwards. And I would definitely, like, if I could go back in time, I would split it up just so like I didn't have to feel so terrible, but I wanted it done in one shot, and it ended up coming out great anyway. So I don't regret my decision, but I'm definitely saying that, like, if your first large tattoo is going to be over scarring, I would definitely recommend splitting it up and seeing how you feel, and like, you know, it is okay to do that. Like, it doesn't make you a pussy. And things will only become more painful, especially when they're over scarring, because this scarred skin is just so much more sensitive. So it's definitely something to think about, definitely something to talk about. I don't think that most tattoo artists would have a problem with splitting that up for you. But yeah, that's really it. That's really all I have to say about all that. Wait at least 3 years from what I've heard from multiple people. And I think that if the scars are discolored, it's probably not a great idea either, because how well is a tattoo going to cover up discolored scars, depending on what you get. But yeah, I think that if you're thinking about doing this, you should definitely do some research. I did research for literally like a year before I got tattooed. And I definitely think that find an artist you like really look at their shit, really like, you know, learn about all the stuff that they do. Follow them on Instagram, follow them on whatever fucking platform they post their tattoos on, and get to know their work a little bit more before you just go and book an appointment with the first person you see. And of course it's going to be expensive, you know, money's always a factor. And yeah, that's that. I hope this was helpful. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching.